My name is April Merrill. I'm from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and I am a 3L in law school at TU.
My name is Laura Jones. I'm a second year here at the University of Tulsa. I'm from Sherman, Texas.
All of the time. I come from a family of attorneys. I have a lot of legal people in my background, and I thought, oh, this will be fun. I'll learn a little bit, but I had no idea. I think most people, even practicing attorneys, are kind of afraid of the courtroom. They aren't down there day to day, and they don't know all the politics and all the things that are going on. And I was nervous at first. For the first couple weeks, I was, a little uncomfortable because it's pretty serious and there's certain protocol. But I really picked it up quickly, and I feel like I would be just fine presenting in front of the court once I graduate and pass the bar.
It was a great experience. It was a lot of reading and writing, which, there wasn't every day that I wanted to go and do reading and writing on my summer, but I'm really glad that I did do it, especially going into law review this semester. It was very helpful to exercise my writing skills during the summer.
Sort of this different culture in the courthouse, and there's these sort of unspoken rules about conduct and certain things that you do in the courtroom that you just can't understand until you're immersed in it. There's no other way to really be able to grasp those little tiny things that you can pick up when you're there. I think one of the best parts of my experience was being able to not only see the courtroom as, from a lawyer's perspective, but when we went to recess, I would go back into the judges' chambers, and the judge would talk to me, whether it was Judge Cantrell or Judge Thornbrew. They would talk to me one-on-one and sort of candidly tell me what they thought about what was going on in that experience, which was really interesting because most of the time I didn't pick up on those things, or that wasn't my perspective on it. But it was really beneficial to me to be able to see from their perspective what was going on in the courtroom compared to my perspective, and sort of share that with them and see, how they came up. The judge's perspective has helped me even just coming to law school. Coming back to class and sort of seeing, all the academic side of things. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I know the judge was thinking such and such and such and such about this case. So I think it was very, very helpful.
I think the practical experience was more valuable than anything else, because so much of law school is just bookwork, and with this you actually get to get out there and see what's going on. And in my case, in the appeals court, but I've heard other students who did state court internships, and they learned a lot just being there and watching them do it. So it's really a great experience, and they will enjoy it, and they get class credit for it, so it's really, what else could you ask for?
We're a real collegial group here, and we celebrate birthdays and holidays. We celebrated when Michael passed his bar exam here lately. But it's really great to just work with a lot of people who are friendly, approachable, all the judges, all the staff attorneys, because a lot of the decision-making process happens in conversation, happens in batting ideas back and forth. Well, what about this case, and how is this case distinguished, and well, what is the effect of this? And it's just not all in our heads, in our lonely little offices. The best work is done, for example, the judges in the 3-judge panels get together every week and discuss their cases. But that's just the official meeting. There's a lot of ad hoc, informal conversations that just might happen in the hallway or while you're structuring your opinions. I think that's another thing for practitioners to pay attention to that I know Valerie knows now is, the opinion may come out under a certain judge's name.
Mm-hmm.
Judge Barnes will have her name on the opinion. That opinion is a collaborative effort of the other 2 judges on her panel.
Value, and I see our role as the court officers to help prospective members of the bar to be educated on all aspects of procedure and what is expected of them upon graduation and passing of the bar. And I see that's very critical in our role as mentors for younger attorneys. The benefit I see our court is the interns bring fresh perspective, ability to research well, maybe they're just learning different areas of law or never even been exposed to different research projects that they are given. But I think it makes a better opinion when you have a collaborative effort and a lot of minds together.
Michael was an outstanding intern, and it just so happened that we were having an opening, and so Judge Barnes gave him great consideration for that. And so one of the possibilities of being an intern here at the Court of Appeals is that you might actually end up with a staff attorney job. The growth of the interns, I mean, just from the very first file that they open and they actually see the quality of the briefing of the lawyers. Sometimes it's not what we expect and hope for. Other times it's really, really excellent. And so in both ways they can learn, kind of like how not to brief, and then also a really great example of that. They also, almost all of them, have a moment where they actually get, like, on the ground, like they can grab it and feel it, the importance of making the record at the trial court level. Because if it isn't done there, there's nothing you can do to fix that when you get at the appellate level. And a lot of times our decisions that the judges have to make are, kind of sadly based on the fact that the lawyers below did not create the kind of record that might have resulted in a different opinion.
I think this experience is invaluable. I was a staff attorney at the Oklahoma Supreme Court very early on in my career for several years, and I've been as well on both sides of this, and it really was invaluable to learn what the court's looking for, what the standards of review are. You can't cure it really after your trial's over, and if you miss deadlines, your case is over. So I really encourage the law students at TU to take advantage of this experience. You're so close to the Court of Civil Appeals, to the District Court, that I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and really encourage the students to take advantage.